It is Saturday, January 24th. I'm Bruce Leonard, of course, and this is Bruce Leonard Leans Left, while it's still legal. I know I said I wasn't going to be here today, but we're in the path of the White Death, and it's coming down. The store's been crazy for the last 2 days. Insane. Like, lives all the way back to the... When you tell people that there's going to be weather, they start freaking out, like the apocalypse is coming, like they're never gonna be able to leave their house again. It's like they were buying up all the toilet paper like COVID. It's like, no, not this again. It is Saturday, so we're lucky enough that the host of History on Fire and history professor, my friend Daniele Bolelli, is with us. How are you, my friend?
Good. While everybody's freezing, I'm here in my, it's a little chilly at 55 degrees.
That's what I said. Look at you. Sun's out. You're in a hoodie. It's like, we're about to get frozen into the house for the next 3 or 4 days, probably.
I know.
Could be. Well, this is the funny part. You ever watch what shit's gonna happen? I mean, I guess in California it's rain or floods but here sometimes it's snow and shit. And the guy, I swear to God, the guy's on TV and he had a thing up. It said 0 to 12 inches. He's like, well, we could get anywhere from. He's like, well, something could happen or nothing could happen.
I'm glad you're watching the weather forecast for that kind of coverage.
Yes, exactly. It's like, oh, you went to college for this? It's like, I could have.
Impressive.
I could have said that.
It's like the equivalent of going to some ancient oracle that say, as a result of this war, somebody will lose. And you're like, no shit.
Right. I see. Defeat.
Yes.
Like, well, who is defeated? That is unclear.
Yes. Okay.
50 gold pieces.
Yeah. Pretty much. It's a good gig.
What do you think? I never asked you that. What do you think that the Oracle of Delphi? What do you think they were doing? I mean, they had to be doing something like mushrooms, some kind of hallucinogenic drugs. Like what?
Yeah, there are all sort of theories about it, from drugs to these fumes coming from the air that I forget what the chemicals were, but something that made them trip. There's all kind of theories about it. I mean, nobody's sure, but yeah, they were a little odd, to say the least.
It's like I see lots of things. Hard to narrow it down to one.
Yeah.
Like, we're tripping balls.
Well, speaking of ancient Greece, I'm preparing right now, right before we got on, or right after we'll get off. I'm working on this, not very long, but a Substack essay on this one thing that there's this book called the Peloponnesian War by Thucydides. It's considered one of the early example of Greek history, written like an actual history book and all of that. And in the course of that thing, there's a dialogue called the Millian Dialogue, which is a very small part of this multi-decade war between Sparta and Athens. At one point, Athens visits the island of Melos. That's like this little dot in the middle of it all. And say, hey guys, you now are going to become our allies. We want Greenland. I meant we want Melos. You know? And the Millians are like, no, what the fuck? We are neutral. We like to stay neutral. We have nothing against you. We don't pose a threat. And the Athenians are like, yeah, that's not how it works. It's and the whole dialogue proceeds as a demonstration of the Athenians' belief that the only thing that matters is power. You appeal to fairness, to justice, to the gods, to this, to that. It's like, that's all bullshit. At the end of the day, it's all, there's a line there that, let me see if I find it for you. That's pretty, where they tell the Millians, the strong do what they can and the weak suffer what they must. So they're essentially saying, look, just shut up about all your fairness business. There's nothing fair about the way the universe works. It's all about power. And we consider your neutrality downright offensive. Allowing you to remain neutral, you would signal that we are weak to other people. You know, when we give you an order, when we make a request, it's an order. It's not something to be discussed. The millions try to appeal to all kind of different reasons. The Athenians are like, yeah, we're not listening to that. And then at some point, the millions are like, you know, in a Patrick Henry, give me liberty or give me that kind of mode. They are like, yeah, we would rather die than become your slaves. The Athenians are, sure, that can be arranged. Don't worry about it. And then they proceed to put them under siege, take down the walls, kill all the men, sell the women and children into slavery. And, you know, on some level, that story is sometimes used as an example of sort of very cynical approach to politics that, yeah, it is, as the Athenians say, that only power matters and that's the only thing that counts.
Right.
But then there's another read of it all, which is the Athenians end up losing the war. The Athenians do get their ass kicked. So there's an element of it that maybe relying purely on fear and power is a fickle beast in itself because nobody stays on top all the time.
Right.
Because eventually, if you push people long and hard enough, somebody will find a way to put a knife in your back.
Sure.
So if you base your whole strategy on the fact that you're stronger, you're going to win some battles. It's going to last for a little bit until eventually you are going to end up destroyed and enslaved and all of that. Whereas a more, what would seem a fairer approach is not like some Pollyanna, oh, we should all be nice approach. It's just practically more grounded in guaranteeing better safety for your people. Because from the recognition that nobody wins all the time. So you need to make plans for when you don't win, for when, and so having alliances, having people like you, having an idea, a rule of law, as opposed to whoever can pillage will pillage, is actually in your interest, even when you're the strongest, let alone when you're the weakest. And it's a really interesting dialogue. Clearly one that lessons from that could be still used to this day.
Sure, I was going to say, like, that sounds like exactly like what's happening right now. Like,
Yeah.
Trump seems to think that he can bully his way around the world because we're the most powerful. But obviously, he doesn't know. Like I said, being the most powerful hasn't helped us to. It's not like it helped us in Korea or Vietnam or even really in Iraq and Afghanistan because, sure, we won short term, but we're not there now, are we?
No.
Like, ISIS formed, we were thrown out of Iraq pretty much.
Yeah.
Like by the end of it, you know, don't you think? Or like decided to just cut our losses and leave. Like, you can't bomb people into submission.
Yeah, it's at best a short-term solution that doesn't really work long-term, and so that's where, yeah, that and also, I mean, even in just in terms of, you know, if you start pushing allies and bully them around, and so allies in this case, they start looking at you and think, okay, the US is not an ally, the US is just another bully, like not any different from Russia or China or anybody else who's a gangster. If we're talking about gangsters and one gangster was pretending to be my friend and betrayed me, I'm probably not going to gain by going with another gangster, but hell, I would rather do that than let this guy who's supposed to be my friend bully me around. I'll get a different pimp, even though that pimp is going to suck just as horribly. I would rather take that one than the one I used to have who just betrayed me, you know?
Yes. Well, it's almost worse, right, to betray.
Yeah. Totally. At that point,
than to just oh, I
yeah,
never liked that guy ever. You know, like,
yeah.
or that's bad. But it's worse is like, oh, that guy used to be my friend. And then
Exactly.
He fucked my girlfriend or something. You know what I mean? Like, and now I
Exactly.
hate these guys.
That's where it's like, at some point, you're like, okay, maybe I'll make a deal with China. Fuck it.
That's what Canada did.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Trump tried to be like, oh, you like to deal with Canada, 100% tariff, which he can't do. He's already tried to tariff everything from Canada and found out you can't do it. We need that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The, the thing that I find the most fascinating about this whole thing is, again, the sycophantic nutlickers, the people who are letting him burn the country down.
Yeah.
Because they're either too afraid, too enamored by him, or too afraid of him to stand up to him.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're just watching this guy like just take a sledgehammer to your house,
Yeah.
I was making an analogy about that the other day. It's like the people that voted for him, they say they voted for him for the economy, that they thought he'd fix the economy.
Yeah.
And it's like, so, and what he's done is, like, if you called a guy, a plumber or something, and said, I need you to come to my house and fix the sink. And he said, okay. He showed up to your house and just started swinging a sledgehammer around and hitting holes in your walls and shit.
Yeah.
And then you're like, hey, wait, I thought you were just here to fix the sink. It's like, well, you didn't read the fine print. It comes with all this other shit.
No, completely. And I mean, there was a point where, I felt that dialogue was a reasonable option, where, you should still talk to these people. But there's a point that is like, dude, we're talking about actual Nazis here. It's like, what dialogue is it? I mean, if you haven't seen any kind of light the first time, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, like basically the message is, after 315 different pieces of evidence showing how horrible certain things are, if you still don't see it, it's not like me talking to you is going to make you see the light on the 316th time, It's like,
to me, it's not even like you say, oh, they don't see it. I think it's worse than that. I think they see it, they know it, and their whole thing is a gaslight to pretend that that's not what they are. That's what they always do. Oh, you call us Nazis because you don't like our political beliefs. It's like, no, I call you Nazis because you're fucking Nazis.
Exactly.
Like a guy's out in the street with a trench coat, asking people for their fucking papers and dragging them off. And you're like, well, don't call us Nazis. Like,
I just replied right now, like I had replied on Twitter to a Dan Carlin thing where he was talking about how awful this whole situation is. And like two different people that replied in fuck off kind of terms. It's not it that their profile picture is a Nazi soldier, It's like, this is who they are, This is where it's at. It's not even. And the other one, speaking of Twitter, was I saw dumbass in charge, Elon Musk, do for the millionth time, like one of those people who put a comment about, the Nazis were leftists, and it's like, dealing with that level of ignorance is exhausting. It's just I don't believe it's Jesus Christ.
I believe it's
no, it's
they
intentional.
Know. They lie about everything.
Yeah.
Like their whole existence, the whole philosophy is baked in bullshit and whitewashing history and shit. I don't know if you've seen this. I was talking about it the other day. Matt Walsh and all these people now, the new theme now is to try to redefine slavery, the history of slavery, and make it seem like, oh, well, it's whataboutism, really. About slavery. Like, well, slavery's always been around, but they just used it to make America look bad. It's like, because everybody else did it, that means it's not so bad. And you're like, dude, this is just a fucking gaslight.
Yeah. No, 100%. It's just, it's plenty of these people. And that's why I'm like, there's not even a point having a discussion here. There are people who are just, you have to accept the fact that some people are just bad people. And there's no reforming, there's no chance to have a meeting of minds. There's none of that, You just have to pray they don't have kids, kind of thing.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is they do.
Unfortunately, they do. Yeah.
I saw this kid, like I said, online. I was talking about it the other day. I didn't catch his name, but the kid's like 12.
Yeah.
He looks like he's like 12. He's got a hat on, baseball hat on, and he's reading this script about how for years we've supported NATO and blah blah blah, all kinds of things that you're like, there's no way that this kid fucking knows all
Of
this.
course not.
His
Of
dad or
course.
somebody gave him a script,
Yeah.
and they're like, read this. You're like, we got to get to the young ones. Like,
And when a kid is 12, you feel bad because, of course, he's brainwashed, being a dumbass. When people become adult, there's a point where it's like, okay, you're an adult now. Your excuses are over. You're still a piece of shit. Now it's a choice. It's not just, oh, poor you. You grew up in a shit environment, And at that point, it's like, yeah, screw it. There's nothing left to discuss.
and it's like you said the last time you were on. It's like you come to the realization that you know these people.
Yeah, totally. That's the depressing part.
Like you work with them, you see them,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you
yeah,
may know them online, you'd be like, hey,
yeah.
that guy was my friend, and then you start looking, and then you're like, wait a minute, this
No,
guy's
these are
fucking.
flat out bad human beings.
Yes.
Just where it's at.
People who get online and cheer when like people are
Yeah,
killed, like when that woman was killed. She deserved
yeah.
it, she's a terrorist, or like dude, she's an unarmed woman.
No, I mean, at this point, seriously, yeah, any defense of this stuff is just like, okay, I'm not even gonna talk. There's nothing left to say. Let's just be done. But yeah, man, it's like 3 years. Well, let's see what happens this year if the midterms take place. What happens as a result of that? Will it slow down the rate of horror taking place or not? Um,
I don't know,
I don't know.
man.
That's it.
I
Yeah,
have no
I don't know
idea.
either.
Did you
I
see
don't
what
know.
happened today?
Which
They
the
they
guy getting
killed
killed
another
today?
guy today.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah.
And of course, people are like, "We got your gun."
I mean,
It's
yeah, I
clearly
would.
video and pictures. He has a phone in his hand. He had a gun, but he had a permit to carry
Yeah,
it, and it's in a holster on his waist or whatever.
yeah,
And then 6 guys taken to the ground, beat the shit out of him. One guy's pistol whipping him, and then
yeah,
some guy takes his gun out and runs out of the pile, and then they shoot him while he's laying on
yeah. No,
flat on
it's
his
insane.
back. And
It's
still, people are
absolutely.
online like, he had a gun. If he would just comply.
I without mentioning name, I know like some pretty far right podcasters who are now saying, "I wish the Democrats will blow the Republicans away in the midterms because this is too much even for me."
Really?
Yeah, some of them exist. Some of them exist. It's not a lot, but some people are beginning to go, yeah, that's getting a little more than I signed up for, which is insane to me because this is exactly what I expected Trump to be. But I mean, by degree, sure, it's maybe even worse than one could have expected. But yeah, it's becoming too much even for some of those guys.
You wouldn't know that you watch TV. That's what I find also disheartening is the amount of people that will go on TV for money and
Yeah,
defend
yeah,
the indefensible. It's
absolutely,
like, dude, in
absolutely.
2 weeks, you're sitting here defending shooting
Yeah,
an unarmed woman in the face, and then you're defending
yeah.
kidnapping children, a 5-year-old child, and sending them down. Yesterday was another one, a 2-year-old that they sent
No,
to
but
some
that's
facility.
why, yeah, that's why it's like, it's like the Nazis won, they would be the good guys in the history books, right? They would have portrayed everything, they would defend it on television, they would make their whole rationale. It's only the fact that they got their ass kicked that allowed that narrative to be downplayed a bit. But otherwise, yeah, no, it's a shit show for sure. It's a truly terrible timeline, and it's one that even like 15 years ago I didn't think I was living in paradise. Far from it. But man, compared to what you see today, it was such a difference.
No,
It's
that's what I said. This place is vastly becoming like unrecognizable.
yeah, 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 yeah,
The thing that I don't understand is how these people can't grasp the idea that taking away those people's, like, you see, it's already encroaching. The guy who got killed today was a U.S. citizen. The woman who got shot in the face the other 2 weeks ago, or whatever, she was a U.S. citizen. These aren't immigrants. These are citizens. Okay? And people still can't grasp the idea that to give away your freedom for those people is you're giving away your freedom as well.
Yeah, no, completely.
Like
completely.
Your rights. You're just giving away your rights.
Yeah.
It's
and the funny thing is that also these idiots think that is not gonna come back to bite them in the ass. And the problem is that when you remove all kind of safety nets and checks and balances and the restraints on power and all of that, what do you think? Like, I love to see the faces of these people when, after removing all these limits on presidential power, one day they may have to deal with President Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez. You know what I mean? It's like, do you really not see that removing it will also play on the other side? That's how it's gonna work, and it's just so stupid. It's so stupid. It's really profoundly stupid. But it's very little satisfaction, even when then it does happen, to have the "I told you so" moment. It's just that dealing with this level of stupidity physically hurts.
It also, like I said, I've been thinking about this a lot, and it's the country doesn't evolve, it doesn't grow forward. Like, if you think about it, the Congress itself hasn't done anything for 20 fucking years.
I know.
Like the internet appeared, all these things happened. They didn't regulate it at all. They didn't do anything. We're all just riding it out and sitting there and going to cocktail parties and cashing checks and shaking hands and getting money. And they're not really doing anything. Obamacare was like the one thing that they did. You're like, oh, they did that, and that's why it was so surprising. It's like, oh shit, they managed to pull that off. Like, I mean, like, for the good of our society. They haven't done shit.
No,
25 years at least.
Of course
not. Or even more. It's a non-functioning fucking body that all they do is fight. And then you go, oh, they're gonna get this power, and they're gonna, like, now they're gonna slam as much bullshit in as they can in 4 years or whatever, and then we'll get it back, and then they'll be like, we need to smash as much bullshit in as we can. And you're like, this doesn't help the country become a better place for people who live here. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's like you're not addressing any of the real problems that people have.
No, I mean, that's in fact the thing. Is like, oh, we're fucking over everyone else in the world because, hey, at least we got our healthcare and cheap, affordable housing. And it's like, no, you're getting fucked over on the inside as well as you're fucking over everyone else on the outside for the benefit of 3 asshole billionaires around the world. It's like, it's, and if you are the 3 asshole billionaires, you're evil. But at least there's a logic. If you are some dumb fuck somewhere who's getting absolutely nothing from it and providing the muscle for the dumb fuck, that just said. That just, it's again, is when stupidity is weaponized by evil people.
I was listening to your thing about the RDT.
Oh, yeah.
And in the beginning, I didn't know that. I guess I didn't go back far enough. But you mentioned that Mussolini was a socialist.
Yeah, for about 3.5 minutes. Yeah.
What?
For about 3.5 minutes, he was. Yes.
Right, but I'm saying is like when you said that, and then you're like, oh, then he moved over to the right, became pro-war, and that he wasn't a person, you said, like, who didn't really care that much about ideology, he was more interested in personal power, And I thought to myself, when I was listening to that, I was like, that sounds like J.D. Vance.
Right. Oh, completely. Bunch of these guys are like, yeah, how do you go like J.D. Vance from calling Trump Hitler to kissing his boots every morning? It's like, it's because clearly you have no principles, you clearly have, but I mean, that's the reality of a huge chunk of the people in politics. That's what it's about, you know. It has nothing to do with principle or ideas or even being true believers, you know. It's just naked self-interest and nothing else.
So sad.
Yeah.
Especially
Man.
when you think that like it seems like the founding fathers tried really hard to come up with a
A
system
good system, yeah.
where they would have like everybody has a little power but not a lot, and that it would attract people who really wanted to do like good things and like shepherd the country, and not a bunch of fucking people who, like you said, who just say whatever, you know. But there's only a few Bernie Sanders around, you know what I mean?
Of course, very, very, very few. No, that's where we're at, you know. And unfortunately, this is happening at a time when we would need insanely skilled political and business leadership to deal with all the crises we're dealing with, from climate change to AI to the damage done by social media to nuclear weapons to all the things that can pretty much end humanity. They need some serious high-level leadership, and instead we got this clown show, you know. So we go from like bland, useless to downright evil, and not much in between. And you're like, man. So yeah, man, rough times. On that note, my dog, I think, has been expressing his opinion about politics as of late by having a bout of diarrhea lately. So for the sake of making sure he doesn't decide that it's time while sitting on my lap, I'll take him out. But yeah, that's so. Yeah, I'm basically gonna be looking at the American political landscape being manifested by my dog within the next few minutes.
what were you saying in the beginning? Are you doing something with that dialogue thing? Is that
I'm gonna do a Substack. That's gonna be just a Substack essay that I'll put out on that one. So yeah, that's kind of what I was working on now.
I'm just curious.
Yeah,
You made it sound like it was leading into something, but then we got sidetracked talking about other shit.
No, I mean, it's related in the sense that it's, like you picked up on it right away, in fact, because it's related to the fact of like these people who think that, the Trump foreign policy, the just being a bully is going to pay off. And so that's where the connection between ancient past and today was, that you're dealing essentially with the same mentality of like, I can do whatever I want. And it's like, whether right now or soon, you will pay a price for it. And it's not even about being moral or nice. It's just that's the nature of reality.
Sure.
Cool, my
man. It
man.
seems to me very short term.
Yeah, it's completely short term. It's blind and short sighted.
I heard some one of the nutlickers say like, well, you won't see the changes that Trump has made for a decade or more or whatever. Yeah, you will see it, and it's not going to be good.
They're already happening, the changes, and they suck.
It's like nobody's gonna it's not just going back to it's not like a Democratic president getting elected and they're gonna be like, all right, then everything's back to normal. We trust you. It's like, dude, we did this.
I know.
How can they trust us as a people?
I wouldn't. I mean, if I'm gonna reshape my whole policy and I have to rebuild alliances and change the economy, I'm not gonna switch the second there's a different president. It's like that ship has sailed,
Right. It's like the damage is permanent, bro. It's not like
pretty much.
People are like, oh, it's gonna be.
No, it's like once you do that kind of damage, that damage is done.
It's like the Greenland thing. What do you think happened?
Which one? Greenland?
Yeah, he went in there to the private meeting. When he came back, he was like, oh, well, he backed up. He's like, well, I'm going to do the tariffs, and we got an agreement, and the agreement is pretty much what we always had.
Exactly. Is what was there already. I mean, that's Trump theater, right? It's like, he's going to try to bully people. When he's successful, then he's happy. When he's unsuccessful, he's going to get exactly what existed before, pretend he got a great deal. His base will clap because they are a bunch of idiots. And that's just how it works, It's his MO.
I wonder, what do you think that they said to him?
Yeah, I mean, they probably said, they probably laid out all the steps that they were going to take in terms of economics, how it's not going to be in the best interest of the United States to end up going in an economic war with Europe. And everybody will suffer. I mean, Europe would suffer too, but it also would hurt the US. And probably at that point, Trump went like, oh shit, these guys are willing to take pain just not to give in to me. Oh, then I don't have I don't have a play. I can blackmail them, And then he's like, ah, shit. Okay, fine.
Like, I don't think he realized like how much of our debt they owe.
And also, I don't think he realized just how much people hate his guts by now and are willing to go far to avoid giving in to his bullshit. But yeah, man, I'll take this puppy that's beginning to get agitated. But thank you for the chat.
No, thank you, sir. My friend. I said it's always good to see you.
Cool, my man. It's great seeing you.
I'm blessed that you gave me this time. Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
Bye bye. Take care, my friend. Daniele Bolelli. Everybody. He's right. I don't know what's going on with this chat. It only says there's one fucking channel, which is fucked up. There's something wrong with it. I think I'm going to shut it off for a second. Turn it back on and see if that helps. So it's even messaging me and I haven't responded. Well, because I don't really look at it much. When Daniele is on, I respond to it because I enjoy having a conversation with him. But yeah, see, there's only one channel on, which is fucked up. I pay money for this thing. It doesn't even work. So if you're talking to me, I can't see it. And I don't even know which channel is that's on. It's only 1 out of 3. I'm getting mad about this. I pay fucking money for it. I need to